Welcome to the Mindset Mile podcast, the show that'll leave you empowered to take action towards becoming the turned up version of your already awesome self. I'm your host, Aisha Zaza, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's go. Hello, friend. Welcome back to another episode of the Mindset Mile podcast. I'm so happy you're here. Last weekend, my husband and I celebrated our 7-year wedding anniversary, and it was so lovely. We went down to Newport Beach for a couple nights, and we really didn't have much planned. It was just a special dinner and hanging by the pool and just relaxing and not being on a schedule. And it was just so nice to unplug. So now it is officially October, and this is the time of year I like to get really real with myself, which extends to you through this podcast. And my guess is that you're wondering where this year went, right? You may have found yourself saying something like, it feels like we were just celebrating so-and-so's birthday in February. Like, how is it already October? Well, in that same essence, I want to suggest that it's going to be February again very soon, and that you'll think about this podcast and be like, damn, like that was back in October? How was that already almost a half a year ago? Point out the obvious, my friend. This is exactly how time works and how it's always worked for over 3,000 years since the ancient Egyptians originated the 24-hour day. So maybe you need this gentle and loving reminder that someday is not a day of the week. And the next 90 days are not indicative of how the last 275 have gone. One of the biggest mistakes people make is that they look backward to indicate how the time ahead of them will look. Living like you're a product of your circumstances or by your track record is keeping you small. And if there's one thing I've said this year that speaks to you, please let it be this. There is no better time than right now to do what you've been wanting to do. I don't know what it is that you've been sleeping on or what kind of conditions you're waiting for to start making the change you want in your life, but there is no better time than right now. I mean, just in last week's episode, right, about making healthy habits that actually last, I told you that not only can you actually create a new habit, but after only 90 days, it can actually become a lifestyle where you don't even need to think about it anymore. It just becomes a part of who you are and how you live, not something that you have to consciously think about and do. So if you want to start running, do it today. Go out for a 1 to 2 mile run and then do it again tomorrow. I saw massive change in my life after 3 weeks of doing that consistently when I started running, and especially after 90 days of taking up running as a lifestyle. So if you want to get strong and start looking fit, you can absolutely make that happen in the next 90 days. If you want to start that online business, but you keep telling yourself all year long, well, in February, we have this trip planned, and in March, the kids are out of school for spring break, and then Easter's in April, and then I have a work trip, and then it's Memorial Day weekend, and we're gone, and the kids will be out for summer, and then all of a sudden, it's August, and then, October starts holiday season, and there's just too much going on. Does that sound like familiar, right? You can easily next month the entire year by thinking that small bouts of time in every month, whether that's a holiday or a trip, consume that entire month. Stop writing your months off. This is exactly how people next month their entire lives away. And culturally, I think we just kind of write off the last quarter of the year, in part due to the holidays, which makes up 5 out of 90 days, right? Like, let's just consider the minimum of the holidays, quote unquote, being Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Day. And that's assuming you celebrate them. Or if you don't, maybe some of you work on those holidays. But let's say you do celebrate or enjoy those holidays, and let's just tag on an additional like few days, because typically some of those holidays are clustered with like visiting family or traveling. So even if you consider a day or two around Thanksgiving and Christmas, we'll just say the holidays consume 9 or 10 out of the next 90 days. The amount of time realistically you have to start and work on a new online business is substantial. Or if you have an online business, it can be in an entirely different place in 90 days from now if you decide to stop believing the excuses you've let stop you from being consistent with it, or that have prevented you from stepping outside of your comfort zone. One of my favorite high protein snacks is Greek yogurt, and to it, I'll add some berries and granola. But I'm super picky about my granola because most of them are made with tons of sugar and inflammatory oils, which is why I use Wildway granola. It's made from 100% real ingredients with no added sugars, preservatives, seed oils, or flavorings. Just wholesome blend of nuts, seeds, dried fruit, and spices. And they have such amazing flavors like coconut cashew, banana nut, apple cinnamon, dark chocolate sea salt, peach pecan, and vanilla bean espresso. They're all delicious. You've got to get your hands on some. Right now, save 20% off your first order with the code MindsetMile by visiting wildwayoflife.com. That's wildwayoflife.com using code MindsetMile to receive 20% off your first order. You may already know this about me, but I love making my bed every day. It starts my day off with a sense of accomplishment, but I also love slipping into a beautifully made bed every night. And my Cozy Earth bamboo sheets make all the difference. They are so unbelievably soft and comfortable, and the premium fabric regulates body temperature no matter the season. Cozy Earth provided an exclusive offer just for my listeners. You could receive up to 40% off site-wide when you use code MindsetMile. Go to CozyEarth.com to explore their latest arrivals and to receive up to 40% off when you use code MindsetMile at checkout. Am I the only one that goes to sleep excited about coffee in the morning? I absolutely love my morning routine, but as a busy mom of two, that routine is pretty simple, and I make sure that I can make it happen regardless of what else is going on in that morning. So my morning routine that is so simple that I look forward to every single night includes my cup of coffee, taking my vitamins, and a 2-ounce shot of Dose. Dose is a delicious wellness shot that directly supports liver function. It's made with just a few extremely potent ingredients like turmeric, milk thistle, organic ginger root, and dandelion. And all of those ingredients support long-term liver health and metabolic function. And they also help to increase energy levels and focus. The liver is responsible for over 500 functions daily. So keeping a healthy liver is so important. If you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health, Dose is offering Mindset Mile listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. So that's 30% off your first order. Go to dosedaily.co/Mindset Mile and use the code Mindset Mile. That's DOSE daily.co/Mindset Mile and use code Mindset Mile. I mean, I am constantly reminding myself that time is going to pass with or without my decision to change. This is something I tell myself every time I feel hesitant to start something new or take on a new project. So the choice is yours. In 90 days from now, do you want to have 90 days of results or 90 days of excuses? And I want you to take that in a second and make a personal connection to what I'm talking about. You know exactly what it is that you keep kind of half doing or putting on the back burner. Imagine for just a minute what it will be like when you get to December 31st This year, after following through with the commitment to better your health, your relationship, your business, your fitness, what does that look like? How does it feel to be proud of yourself? To look at yourself in the mirror, stronger, more confident, and like you are in control of your life instead of life being in control of you. Imagine using these last 90 days as a springboard into 2024 so that you're starting the year with so much momentum. You're not having to drum it up from zero on January 1st. Honestly, it gets me excited to even think about. For me personally, I love having a few big things scheduled in the last quarter of the year that stretch me. So, for instance, I'm registered for my first half marathon since before having either of my kids, and that's going to be in shortly over a month from now on November 5th. Creatively, I have two projects I'm going to be launching between now and the end of the year. And I'm also going to be taking a course online to get another certification that I'm really excited about. So, for me, having things on the calendar that take discipline and they make me excited to work towards is how I like to build momentum in the last quarter of the year. So I want you to stop letting certain narratives or excuses about the holidays stop you from starting something new this time of the year. Okay? Embrace the inconvenience. The better you get at embracing inconvenience in your life, the easier everything will be to handle. A new year does not make a new you. Okay. Like, let's just throw that slogan out the window. New habits make a new you. And what better time than now, exactly 90 days before the end of this year to start? This is your sign. I believe in you, and I absolutely cannot wait to see what you slay in the first couple months of next year because you used the momentum of these last 90 days to start 2024 with a huge bang. I believe in you. Please share your wins with me on social media. Tag me in your stories and in your episodes that you're listening to on your Mindset Mile walks. I absolutely love to see it. You can reach me at Aisha Zaza on Instagram. And my friend, I cannot wait to see you next week. Until then, make it a great day.